toward a more just society, says this woman who gained her money. And maybe she had a career before this. I don't really unfair. I haven't studied her bio, but she was Steve Jobs' widow. She bought The Atlantic to come out and do some very specific things. And at least she admits it. She's one of the people, though, who helps program this woman you're going to see. This woman who actually walked up to a neighbor's house because apparently they had a Trump sign, and she's on video. I mean, people have Ring doorbells and Amazon doorbells. I mean, you can be put on video for this. And the things that she did at these people's houses, standing outside their door, speaks to the great evil that's done through people like Lauren Powell Jobs, Steve Jobs' widow, and her billions of dollars that she inherited from her husband. I don't think she made billions on her own. I probably would have heard about that. So I'll show you this woman, then you'll hear what she said in talking about why she bought The Atlantic. And guess who she's sitting next to as she makes this statement? It'll make you sick, I think. You can become sick over time and not notice it. I mean, I'm not talking about colds, etc. We all get those from time to time. Oh, gosh, you know what? It's been a long time since I've had a cold. Praise God. Actually, it has been a long time since I've had a cold. Now that I say that, of course, I'm tempting fate. Although fate's not a real thing. God's a real thing. But you can become sick over time in ways you don't notice. Like, for instance, degrading muscle. If you don't exercise and keep your muscle up, it's going to degrade even as you age. As you exercise, it's harder and harder and harder to build muscle. And maybe you don't like to exercise. Got it. Get it. You got to move. But you also want to maintain the muscle you have for as long as you have because it protects your skeletal system, your immune system, your respiratory system. It protects your digestive health. And here's a quick and easy way to do this from a company that backs their products with great scientific research. It's called Masszymes. It's a digestive enzyme or a set of digestive enzymes that was proven in a side-by-side test at Birch International University in Bosnia to provide a 1,200% increase in the percentage of amount of amino acids in people's bodies. Amino acids are the building block of proteins. Proteins are the building block of muscle. And what this product does is more effectively helps your body break down proteins into the amino acid threads and branched chain aminos that do all that so well. Just go to bioptimizers.com/Todd. You get 10% off Masszymes and all their products, and you can stop letting poor digestion rob you of reaching your full potential. You also get more nutrition from every bite of food. It's bioptimizers.com/Todd. I don't know that this woman reads The Atlantic, but it would make sense if she does, given this behavior, walking up to a neighbor's house and doing this. Can you imagine?
Hi. I want to know how you can vote.
We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Shameful.
Are you the one that walks by here and always screaming at people?
No, I haven't walked by recently.
Okay, because a lot of people walk by and scream.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. You are voting for the devil. Don't you know that?
No,
Why are you voting for him?
because I believe he is the moral candidate.
Oh, my God. You for that one.
That's
Moral?
exactly right. That's how your side acts.
Oh, my God.
That's
He's
how
the
you
most
guys-
immoral person around.
In your opinion, that's
Oh,
okay. Sorry, have a nice day. Have a nice day.
I think she started to say, God bless you. The nerve, I mean, you might say. If you're just listening to the audio, you don't have the advantage of watching this woman and her body language. I mean, I can watch that and feel deeply concerned. I mean, she's a slim woman, but I'm concerned about a stroke or a heart attack for real. Now, I can relate to this. I can because I have family members who are terrified of President Trump. Terrified for their kids. Kids are same-sex attracted. That terrifies them. I've had long discussions with my family members saying, hey, if someone comes to your kids and I'm there, they come through me, and I would give my life for your kids. And it's very terrifying to me that I could have a family member turn on me that way. I praise God that hasn't happened with any close family members. There are family members who will no longer talk to me because of politics. Probably the same thing for you, because they've been driven to the point of actually believing that President Trump is going to put people who've fallen into, say, the gender delusion. He's going to put them in camps. But he didn't the first 4 years. But this time he will. Or he's going to disappear people. He didn't the first 4 years, but this time he will. And part of that is because there are people like Lauren Powell Jobs. She bought The Atlantic, and sitting next to Kamala Harris, she talked about some reasons she purchased The Atlantic.
It was pretty obvious to me that we could build, we build out in a very cross-disciplinary way our work in capital investing and policy and philanthropy, and we could do this work forever and ever, and we could have the narrative overtaken by someone who has a lot of power, who's completely contrary to us, and we could never get to the place where we think we're part of a more just and equal society. And so it was obvious that if we could be part of the creation of cultural narrative, that would enhance and amplify all the work that we're doing.
Which is Hillary Clinton talked about today, is telling the story, getting the content out there.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So these are early days for us, but that's the idea behind it. We want to inspire the kind of stories that we'd like to see told.
Do you ever see you buying something bigger, like the New York Times, for example?
Is it for sale?
It could be for you.
That's from Recode. The woman asking the questions is Kara Swisher. Kara Swisher used to be a commentator on technology and gained fame that way. Now she's a politician who's not running for office. She's just trying to influence things. That's her right. So a more just society produces more people like that woman. Because with bold stroke lies, The Atlantic is now stating effectively, not just effectively, they're saying that man is literally the reincarnation of Hitler. Now, how would that not terrify some people? And wouldn't it be interesting if they could provide a shred of evidence from the 4 years prior where he was Hitlerian? I firmly believe that if Satan can blind people spiritually, he can blind people to the things of this world. Donald Trump doesn't need to be your guy. You can hate his personality. You can believe that he raped these women. That I don't believe he did. If I did, I'd say so. You can believe that he's still a Russian plant. I don't. But you cannot look at the 4 years that he was in office and point to a single example of Hitlerian behavior. Such as not fighting endless wars. What you can do is point to about 4 years of people like Lauren Powell Jobs knowing that the only way to maintain their side, which is all about gender delusions, abortion, and forcing people to purchase products they don't want from companies they don't like at prices they cannot afford, it's necessary to have narrative. And that's what she said, narrative. After all, Hillary Clinton said, tell the story. The story about how she was named after Sir Edmund Hillary, who was a anonymous grocery clerk when Hillary Clinton was born. Those sort of stories, you shall not lie.